Welcome to Schumann Field in Hightstown, New Jersey for the night's high school matchup between the Peddie Falcons and the Bishop Sullivan Catholic Crusaders. Tim Califamo here for Play-by-Play Sports Network. Both of these two teams early on in the season. For Peddie, this is their season opener, whereas for Bishop Sullivan, they are now playing 2 games this year. This is their 3rd game. They lost their last game last week against Gonzaga 38-0, so they're looking to try to rebound from that. But nonetheless, beautiful weather, as opposed to some of the hot and humid temperatures that have been going on this week. Temperature is in the 70s right now. There is some rain in the area, but right now we are dry, and we hope to stay that way this afternoon. As I mentioned, Bishop Sullivan Catholic coming all the way from Virginia Beach, Virginia. They made the 6-hour trek up to New Jersey last night, got on around midnight, and they're ready to play. As you see, the captains on the field, both for Peddie and for Bishop, deciding where everyone's going to line up. Peddie had a very successful season last year, entering their 4th season with head coach Chris Maleo in his 4th year. Certainly looking to try to build on some of that momentum. On the other side for Bishop Sullivan, they're under the head coaching leadership of Chris Scott, also a very good head coach. Feels very confident about his team this afternoon and looking to try to erase that bad taste out of their mouth from a 38-0 loss, as I mentioned last week against Gonzaga. Team struggled on offense. They only had 174 total yards, and as I mentioned for Peddie, this is their season opener game. So they're looking to try to come out strong. So it looks like Peddie will be kicking off in this game.
Hey, here we go, crew!
And it looks like Bishop Sullivan will receive, so the Crusaders will be going right to left on your television screen, whereas the Peddie Falcons will be going left to right. Peddie is in the home blue uniforms. As you see there, head coach Chris Maleo on the sidelines, checking things out in the golden t-shirt. As I mentioned, Peddie in the blue uniforms. Team colors are, of course, blue and gold, where on the other side for the Bishop Sullivan Crusaders, they are in the away white uniforms with silver and green lettering and Vegas gold trim. We're about to kick things off, and we're underway here from Hightstown, New Jersey. Ball is taken from about the 25-yard line across the 30 and now to the 35, and that's where it looks like Bishop Sullivan will trot out their offense. So now we'll get to see for the first time this afternoon Colt Minson, who is making the start at the quarterback position for Bishop Sullivan. Very highly regarded recruit, has a lot of interests from some big ACC schools, and particularly Wake Forest. Minson threw for 107 yards last week against Gonzaga. 6-foot sophomore, 185 pounds. So it'll be Minson going out of the gun here on 1st down and 10 from, we'll call it the 34-yard line. Minson takes the snap, hands off up the middle. A couple of yards will be picked up. Looked like that was Noah Anderson there, one of the running backs, going for a couple of yards on 1st down. We'll bring up about a 2nd down, and we'll call it 10. Barely got to the line of scrimmage there.
2nd and 10 from the 34.
Spoke to head coach Chris Scott for Bishop earlier in the afternoon, said that he wants to come out strong and make a statement after last week. So once again, Minson another shotgun, man in motion to left side. Minson takes the snap, drops back to throw, pressure. Minson now rolling out to his right and will run out of bounds, not get back to the stick. So he will actually lose yardage on the play. They're making some pressure for the Peddie Falcons was Michael Tyler. Number 55 there for Peddie. Running Minson out of bounds, and they'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. So they're actually going to keep it where it is. Actually, 3rd down and 15, rather. Just upset it, so he did lose 5 yards on the play. 3rd down and 15. Minson once again dropping back, and a sack back in the backfield, way back at the 30-yard line. Making the sack there for Peddie was number 68, Cam Baratow, bringing him down, a significant loss of yardage, and Bishop Sullivan will go 3 and out on their first offensive possession. So good defense there by Peddie, and Bishop Sullivan now will try to regroup. Peddie will get the ball back. Doing the punting will be Ian Armstrong. Back to receive for Peddie will be for 21. Actually, they're going to let the ball bounce, and it'll bounce right at the 48-yard line in Bishop Sullivan territory. So not a very good punt. And that's where the Peddie offense will line up. So for Peddie on the other side of the field for their offense, they will start with Maurice Belon.
From the 52-yard line.
Very highly regarded recruit. He is a West Point commit. And certainly the senior leader trying to lead his team off to a good start this season. See Coach Maleo there in the golden t-shirt, just giving some last-second instructions to his team. We expect Peddie to come out with a very high-powered offense and try to get some points on the board early on, so be aware of that. Peddie can score very quickly. However, this is a very large and big and fast Bishop Sullivan defense. So out of the gun on first down again, Maurice Belon. Takes the snap, drops back. Now he's going to tuck under his arm and run across the 45-40. Belon's got some room and is wrapped up after picking up the first down at around the 35-yard line. So a very nice pickup on first down. And Peddie, on their first play of the game on offense, moves the chains.
For Peddie Falcons, first down.
There, Belon.
First and 10
checking with the
36
sidelines, now
yard
going
line.
back into the huddle. Belon, the 5'11 senior, 185 pounds. He will go out of the shotgun once again. Patrick Smith, the true freshman running back, to his left on first down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Hands off to Smith. Smith has some room up the middle across the 30, 25, 20. And Smith is tripped up and wrapped up before he broke it all the way to the end zone. A shoestring tackle made in the secondary. And now Peddie is knocking on the door. First and goal now deep in Bishop Sullivan territory. So a nice run by Smith.
Number 4, Chief Smith.
Let's go,
Peddie
Johnny!
Falcons, first down.
So it'll be first and goal now from the 7. That's where they're actually going to mark the ball.
First and goal from the 7-yard line.
So once again, out of the shotgun is Belon. Smith to his left. 4 wide receivers. Play action fake. Fires to the end zone to nobody. It's nearly intercepted in the secondary. That was Quentin Gregory there for Bishop Sullivan, almost getting the paw on it. And it'll bring up second down and goal from the 7-yard line.
Second down and 7.
So far we've seen some nice change-up of plays on offense for Peddie. The quarterback keeper to start the game. And then, of course, the nice run by Patrick Smith, and then the play-action fake there. So we'll see what Peddie dials up here on second down. Second and goal from the 7-yard line. Bunch of players running into motion as Peddie continues to get set. Belon, man in motion, hands off, running to the left sideline and towards the crease. A flag is down. That was John Mitchie for Peddie, running out of the bounds near the 3 or 4 yard line, but there is a penalty marker down.
John Mitchie.
And we will check the flag.
This
could be a hold on
holding on the Peddie Falcons.
They have not yet moved the ball, so we're just waiting to see indeed if the penalty is going to be on Peddie, and it's actually going to be a false start. So the penalty is declined. Now they're actually going to say a hold as well. So 2 different penalties there, but either way, they'll back Peddie up. So it erases what would probably be a third and goal from about the 3 or 4 yard line. And it's going to back them up. Back them up very far, back to the 22. So 2 different penalties on the play.
Goal from the 22-yard.
I think that was an illegal motion that Peddie had in addition to the holding. I'll have to check that, but either way, second down now and goal from the 22-yard line. So once again, Maurice Belon out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, drops back to throw. Belon, plenty of time, fires all the way to the end zone. Incomplete, nearly intercepted once again. That was Jaden Lilly back there for Bishop. The intended target for Belon was his teammate Mason Shipp, but there is a penalty marker, and it's going to be pass interference on the defense. I believe they're going to get Jaden Lilly, who I had mentioned almost was able to get a hand on that ball in the end zone. So it'll be interesting to see where they're going to spot this ball now, because the penalty did occur in the end
play
zone.
was pass interference on the Crusaders.
8:47 left here in the first half, still no score. They're going to move the ball to the 11-yard line.
Ball's moved to the 11-yard line.
It is still third down.
3rd and goal from the 11.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 11 for Peddie. 3 wide receivers to the left side. Patrick Smith, the running back, to the right. Now moving to the left of Bellon. Bellon's actually going to keep it himself, trying to make a move for himself to the 10, to the 5. Does he get to the hole, the crease? He is taken down at the 1-yard line, so he did not get in. Very close to the sticks.
Bellon on the quarterback carry.
It'll bring up a 4th down and goal. Actually, it's 3rd down.
Take the ball down to the...
So there was a scoring error on the scoreboard. Actually, that was 2nd down, not 3rd. So Pettie's going to have one more opportunity here on 3rd and goal.
Now 3rd and goal.
So we apologize for the confusion. 3rd and goal officially from the 2-yard line.
Come on, D, let's go.
Bellon under center. Behind him, John Mitchell. Hand off to Mitchell, and Mitchie is in. Touchdown, Peddie. So John Mitchie will punch it in from the 2-yard line. And with 8:37 left here in the first, Peddie now up 6-0, pending an extra point. So nice drive down the field. Started from the 48-yard line of Bishop after not a great punt. And now doing the point after attempt for Peddie will be number 55, Michael Tile. Maurice Bellon will be the holder. Trying to put an official 7 points on the board. Nearly blocked, but it goes through the uprights and good. So 7-0, Peddie leads with 8:37 left here in the first quarter. I mentioned the drive started all the way back at the 48-yard line of Bishop, and they were able to march down the field effortlessly. And punch it in after a nice run from Peddie by John Mitchie. So now we'll see what Bishop Sullivan can do. The Crusaders find themselves down 7-0. Did not have a very good start to their first offensive possession, and I'm sure Chris Scott on the other sideline for the Crusaders is going to try to
let's go, Nakai, I'm waiting for you.
Get his team to have a much better performance this time around. Have some minor delays before we get ready to kick things back off. Michael Tile, the place kicker, now trotting onto the field for Peddie, number 55, taking the ball from the official. Back to receive for Peddie is Jaden Lilly, along with John Ransom. Excuse me, for Bishop Sullivan, rather, they're receiving. Tile will kick it off from the 40-yard line. Short kick, and it's actually going to roll out of bounds near the 45, so not a very good kick. And of course, that's not going to help things for the Falcons.
Kick by number 55, Mike Tile goes out of bounds.
The Crusaders, very good field position. So the officials will mark the ball at the 35-yard line. And that's where Bishop Sullivan will start. You see some of the players there on the sidelines with those very nicely colored white uniforms with that gold lettering. So we'll see what Colt Minson and company can do here for Bishop Sullivan on this now the second offensive drive of the game. From the 35, Minson out of the shotgun. Now looks over to the sidelines. Minson will take the snap. Pressure. Dumps it off to the left side, caught by Anderson, the running back, and Anderson barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. He's bumped out near the 40. And we'll see if they give him any forward progress. I don't believe they are, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line. So Minson will go once again out of the shotgun. Very tight formation here for the Crusaders. Handoff once again, now running the other side is Anderson, and Anderson this time is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 34-yard line, so a big loss on second down for Bishop Sullivan.
Come on, guys!
Lennox Lamar there for Peddie, bringing him down.
Let's go, we got a block, guys!
And now a 3rd down and 16 from the 34 for Bishop Sullivan. Very nice play there by Lennox Lamar, the junior. Minson on 3rd down, fires, going for it all down the sidelines to nobody. Miscommunication there. I think the intended target was VJ Johnson. He was near the 50-yard line, but Minson obviously was not on the same page as his wide receiver. And that'll bring up now 4th down and 16. So once again, Sullivan goes 3 and out. Offense was an issue last week for Bishop Sullivan. I mentioned at the top of the broadcast they only had just over 100 yards on offense in their 38-0 loss to Gonzaga. So far they have not been able to shake that hard streak where they've not been able to put some points on the board. They'll be downed by Quentin Gregory for Bishop Sullivan. The punt, that is, at the 41-yard line of Peddie. Brandon Jones there.
Hey, here we go, D!
Also contributing for the Crusaders. So last time Peddie was on the field, they marched down all the way to the goal line and were able to punch it in after a nice 2-yard run. We'll see if they can do the same on this offensive possession. They lead 7-0. Still early on here in the first quarter. So once again, Marcus Bellon, out of the shotgun. Lots of receivers clustered to the left sideline. Bellon now fires to the right sideline, caught, and he's wrapped up at the 47-yard line. Ball comes out. I believe he was down before then. For Peddie, making the reception is Marlon Johnson. So Marlon Johnson there with the reception. 2nd down and 3 now upcoming. For Peddie from the 48. Bellon again out of the shotgun. Play action fake. Fires over the middle. Again going to his teammate Johnson. And Johnson able to get it across the 40-yard line to the 36 inside Bishop Sullivan territory. So Peddie going to the air on these first 2 plays on this drive and have been able to pick up a nice chunk of yardage. Under 7 minutes left now here in the first quarter. Once again, Peddie leads 7-0.
Let's go, Alex!
Bellon out of the shotgun, takes a snap on 1st down, rolling to his right, dumps it off towards the sidelines, and it's dropped. He's looking for his teammate Khalil Majed. Would not have been a very big pickup on on 1st down. So it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 37. Bellon went over and spoke very briefly to Coach Maleo, getting some last-second instructions. So now Patrick Smith once again in as the running back behind Bellon on 2nd down. Hand off to Smith. Smith now running right, cuts it up the middle and barely gets back up to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down. He's swarmed there by a bunch of Crusaders. Looks like making initial contact there for Bishop Sullivan was Desmond Lee. You see there is Chris Scott in the white hat on the sidelines towards the left. Trying Gonna hope his team can hold Peddie to at least a field goal here on 3rd down and 9. So Bellon again out of the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, fires to the sidelines over the middle, incomplete. He was looking once again for Mason Shipp, and it's dropped. Nice coverage there by VJ Johnson, one of the defensive backs. And now it brings up a 4th down and 9, and this is kind of a precarious spot that Peddie is in because they're probably too far away to kick the field goal, but probably too close to punt, and they're going to leave the offense on the field. So on 4th down and 9 from the 36-yard line, Peddie's going to go for it. We'll see if possibly this is an effort to try to draw them off sides. Bellon under center, takes a snap, quick dump off. Almost looks like a trick play. Now back to Bellon, and Bellon can't bring it in. Bellon dumped it over to the left sidelines. It was a screens pass to his teammate Dennis, and then got it back to Bellon, but Bellon couldn't quite make the reception. So some trickery. Unfortunately, it does not work out. So as a result, Bishop Sullivan will take over on downs. So now 1st and 10 for Bishop Sullivan on the 36. Possibly the break that the Crusaders were looking for. Minson out of the shotgun on 1st down. Takes a snap, pressure. Minson dumps it off the middle, caught, and wrapped up immediately, hit hard at the 45-yard line. Making the reception there was Noah Anderson. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and short. And very quickly to the line, here comes Bishop Sullivan. Out of the shotgun on 2nd down and short. Now Minson looks over the sidelines. Hand off on 2nd down, running up the middle and barely getting to the line of scrimmage, falling forward for a yard. Was Jaden Lilly, and they are going to give him the 1st down. So Bishop gets their first down of the game, and they now move closer to getting into Falcons territory.
Cowboy bingo!
4 wide receivers to the left, to the right. Minson on 1st down takes a snap, flags fly, and I believe this will be a false start on Bishop. So back them up a few yards. So now 1st down and 15, this time from the 44-yard line. So imagine Bishop Sullivan, if you're not familiar with the team, came all the way from Virginia Beach. They made the 6-hour drive up and got in last night at midnight. So they are rested, they are ready to play, but they're hoping for a better offensive performance in this game. Minson under pressure, dumps it off to his teammate, Jaden Lilly. Lilly able to make something out of nothing and gets to midfield, where he is swarmed and wrapped up. Making the tackle there was C.J. Presley, among others, for Peddie. Still will bring up a 3rd down and long. So 3rd and 8 from the 50-yard line. Minson will take the snap, drops back, fires, going for it all down the sidelines, and it is caught at the 25-yard line. What a reception there on the coverage for Peddie was Mason Shipp, but bringing the ball in and wrapping it up, that looks like that was Noah Anderson. So a 1st down now as Bishop goes quickly to the line. Minson out of the shotgun, takes the snap, pressure once again, fires over the middle, it is caught, but he is popped immediately. VJ Johnson taking the hit. And able to hang on to the ball. Khalid Majid lowering the shoulder there. And now a no-huddle offense for Bishop Sullivan. 2nd and 5 from the 19. Hand off, running up the middle, getting to the edge and wrapped up there. That is Jaden Lilly for Bishop Sullivan. Another nice tackle there made by Majid. There is Jaden Lilly now running off the sideline.
I see you 3. Let's go, baby.
3rd and 2. This is the closest that Bishop Sullivan has been inside Peddie territory so far this first quarter. They're definitely in field goal range, but I have a feeling Chris Scott wants a touchdown here. Hand off on 3rd down up the middle to Michael Martinez, and Martinez is stumped at the line of scrimmage, thrown down hard. Some pushing and shoving there, but everything clears itself out. Jack Barnes there, number 54, throwing down Martinez. And now decision time for Chris Scott. 4th down. 4th and 3 from the 19, and Bishop is still on the field. They're going to go for it here. Minson out of the shotgun. Behind him at running back is Michael Martinez. And in motion to the right side. Takes the snap. Hands off Martinez. Martinez is not going to get the first down as he is dropped short of the marker. That'll be a turnover on down for the Crusaders. Still, though, a much better drive down the sidelines. This is the first time that Bishop, as I mentioned a moment ago, was able to get inside Peddie territory. Now the Falcons will come back onto the field and try to have a repeat performance of their first offensive drive, which took them all the way down for the score.
This is a good time to remind everyone that the second stand is open today.
See there Chris Maleo there on the sidelines, talking to his team, making sure that everyone's on the same page. As we look at the upcoming schedule, actually, I'm sorry, this is the prior schedule. I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Peddie had a very successful year last year. You look at some of the very notable wins that they have, certainly very, very impressive. Lots of talent on last year's team. They were the champions in their division last year, going 7-2 overall. And I spoke to head coach Chris Maleo about that last night, and he told me that he's very happy that his team was able to put together the runs that they did last year, but this is a totally different team. They lost a couple of players last year. They certainly have some senior stars, such as the quarterback, Maurice Bellon. But they're looking to try to reset themselves and regroup after a very successful year. Of course, they have Bishop Sullivan today. Then they play, Peddie does, Wyoming Seminary College Prep, a team out of Kingston, PA. And then also Gonzaga, which is a team that Bishop Sullivan just played recently. On 1st down, Bellon going to keep it across the 30 to the 35. He's got room and is tackled at the 40-yard line. So a very nice pickup on 1st down. There for Peddie. Making the stop for Bishop Sullivan was Alex Oates. And Peddie on 1st down and 10 moves the chains. First quarter starting to wind down, under 2 minutes left now. Peddie leads by 7. Talked about Maurice Bellon a little bit earlier in the program. West Point commit. Chris Maleo is very impressed by his play. Out of the shotgun, handoff on 1st down to Patrick Smith, and Smith is not going to get anywhere. He's actually dropped in the backfield.
Leave him alone, kid!
And now a flag is on the field. There's going to be some late contact away from the ball. I think there was some arguing going on between one of the Peddie players along with one of the Crusaders. They may get Nico McKay, number 10.
Come on, Nico!
And it's a personal foul on Nico McKay. So what would have been a loss of yardage on 1st down instead turns into a positive for Peddie. And I'm sure Chris Scott on the other sidelines is not happy with Nico McKay. In fact, Nico McKay actually is going to take the long walk over to the sidelines for Sullivan, and I'm sure get a talking to from Chris Scott at some point. So now after resetting things, clock continues to run. 1st down and 10 now for Peddie from the Bishop Sullivan 47-yard line. So Bellon once again out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolling to his left. Looking downfield, fires it wide open down the sidelines. It's caught. That's Johnson, and Johnson will walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Marlon Johnson wide open. A breakdown of coverage there for Bishop Sullivan in the secondary. And now Peddie is now one extra point away from taking a 14-0 lead. There was a roughing the passer penalty on the play, but it was declined, obviously, because Peddie was able to get the score, so that was going to add insult to injury had Marlon Johnson not made that beautiful reception. So once again, Michael Tile for Peddie, getting ready to try to punch it through. Maurice Bellon, the holder. So we'll wait for the extra point. It's on its way. It's a fake. Bellon going to throw to the end zone. It is caught. Taken down and brought down right before the sticks. No, they're actually going to give it to him. So that is Dennis, number 8, for Peddie. I'm not sure if they intended to run that play or that was a mistake, but they're able to get the 2-point conversion. Wow. Very impressive. So now Peddie leads 15-0. Chris Maleo pumped up on the sidelines, high-fiving folks. As I said, I'm not quite sure if that was intended to be a 2-point attempt. They're able to get the 2-point conversion, and they now lead 15-0.
All right, let's go, Stripes!
So I mentioned the schedule for Peddie a few moments ago. We'll take a look at the schedule for Bishop Sullivan. They have Peddie today. Again, they're 1-1 on the year. They had a win earlier this year on August 25th against Norfolk Christian, which is a team locally based where they are in Virginia. They won that game 45-13. And they went on the road they actually had another home game last week against Gonzaga, where they lost 38-0. They have Peddie here today. Then they have Our Lady of Good Counsel, a team from Maryland, before they have a couple of weeks off before their next game. So looking to try to bring some momentum into that upcoming matchup, but so far not going all that great. So because of the penalty that I believe was the roughing the passer penalty on the touchdown play, that's why Peddie is kicking off from such a far distance up the field from the 45-yard line of Bishop Sullivan. It'll be a touchback either way, so Peddie will get, Bishop Sullivan rather, will get the opportunity to try to restart and reset. And we'll see what Colt Minson and the offense for the Crusaders can draw up here. Come out on 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line with Minson out of the shotgun. Minson hands off actually to Martinez. Martinez running right and will maybe get a couple of yards on the play. We'll see where they spot the ball. It'll be 2nd down and we'll call it 9 from the 21-yard line.
Good for a short game. 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 10. They actually will not give him a yard, so he just got up to the line of scrimmage. Minson takes a snap, fires down the left sidelines, incomplete over the head of John Ransom. Good coverage there on the other side for Peddie. That was Mason Shipp keeping pace with John Ransom. And now a 3rd down and long once again for Bishop Sullivan. As the first quarter is starting to wind down, 29 seconds left here in the first. So Minson on 3rd down and 10 out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, low snap, pressure coming. Minson is taken down in the backfield.
Are we gonna play?
A very good sack, and now there's some other things going on. The ball actually came out. See if we'll sort this out. I'm not sure if we're going to rule this that he was down or the fumble came out. It was recovered by Bishop Sullivan either way. So it shouldn't affect them in any way. They were going to punt as a result of the sack.
Hey, here we go, man!
But certainly some very nice pressure being brought, as that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. So we'll take a break from Hightstown, New Jersey here at Schumann Field. Peddie, the Falcons, lead 14-0 over Bishop Sullivan Catholic. Back here at Schumann Field, Peddie is going to get the ball after Bishop just punted from their own end zone. It was not a very good kick, maybe 35 yards at the most, and that's where the Falcons will line up and try to put some more points on the board. I made a mistake a moment ago. It's 15-0, not 14. Peddie had, if you remember, you were with us earlier in the game, gone for 2 after what appeared to be a botched point after attempt. Maurice Bellon, who is the holder for point afters, was able to grab the ball and then threw it over to his teammate Servassier Dennis, who was able to walk into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Again, I'm not sure if that was necessarily planned by Chris Maleo, but hey, take credit if you can. So first down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Bellon will go out of the shotgun. Behind him at running back is Marlon Johnson. Play action fake. Pressure coming. Ooh, Bellon is hit hard, and he fires it to the end zone. It's caught by Johnson. What a play. Bellon took a shot, but he was able to stay in the pocket and find Johnson, who was able to go over the defender, wrap it in, and puts another 6 points on the board for Peddie. My goodness. Bellon certainly is brave, took that shot as there was pressure coming up the middle, stayed calmly in the pocket, and he was able to deliver a strike to Marlon Johnson, the 6'5" senior, making use of that height, bringing that ball in. So it's 21-0. Now we'll see what Peddie will do here. I believe they're just going to kick the extra point, as Michael Tile once again is on. Point after attempt is on its way. It's a short kick, but it goes through the uprights and good. So now 22-0. Peddie leads. I mentioned Marlon Johnson a moment ago. He is someone who the coaching staff here at Peddie is very excited about. Certainly big target, 6'5" senior, 210 pounds. He's a Rutgers commit. Certainly looking to try to keep his talent in state. So 22-0. Peddie in front. for Bishop Sullivan, they're just desperately trying to stop the bleeding right now. They had one drive that they had late in the first quarter that they were able to get inside Falcons territory, but other than that, they have struggled offensively just to make some positive yardage. Chris Scott, the head coach for Bishop Sullivan, told me before the game that the 38-0 loss that he had against Gonzaga last week, he felt that his team played a lot better than that score, and he did feel confident about playing Peddie this afternoon, but I'm sure certainly he is not in any way pleased with the performance that has happened so far. So Tile once again will kick it off. It's a short kick. It'll be taken by Nakai Meredith. Meredith got some room and it moves across the 30 and is taken down to the 32-yard line. Tackle there made by Servassier Dennis. And that's where Bishop Sullivan will start this drive here in the second quarter. Hopefully trying to put some points on the board. So out comes Colt Minson and the Crusaders offense. Minson will go out of the shotgun. First down and 10. Hands off to Martinez. Flags are down, and Martinez will barely get back to the line of scrimmage. He actually might lose a yard on the play, but we'll check the flag.
Handoff to number 3, Michael Martinez.
Just run out!
Tackle for no gain. Flag on the play.
Still waiting for the official to tell us what it is. It's going to be on Bishop Sullivan. It's going to be a false start, so that'll back him up 5 yards. It's going to be declined by Chris Maleo since there was no gain on first down. So now second down, and we'll call it 11.
The penalty was
from the 33.
Full start, decline. Second and 10.
So second and 10 now. Minson looking right, fires, and it's caught by Noah Anderson out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Nice coverage there for Peddie. Lennox Lamar bringing him out of bounds. Still will bring up a third down for Bishop Sullivan.
Resulted in 3rd and 4 from the 39-yard line.
It'll be spotted at 39, so that'll make it a 3rd and 4 for the Crusaders. It appears that Noah Anderson is lined up behind Colt Minson in the backfield. Hand off to Anderson. Anderson goes across the middle, across the 40, still turning his legs. He'll be brought down at around the 41. He's close to the first down, but not close enough. It's 4th down, and we'll call it 2. Bishop Sullivan is remaining on the field. Doesn't appear that they will punt this ball. Down 22-0. I assume you have to try something at this point. So Minson will go out of the gun on 4th down and 2. John Ransom in motion to the left side. Takes the snap. Hands off up the middle. Does he get the first down? He's going to be very close. That was Michael Martinez with the handoff. It'll depend on the spot, and that's a very generous spot. I think they will give him the first down, and it is a first down for Bishop Sullivan. So nice hard running there by Michael Martinez to pick up the first down.
All right, I'll give you another one. You gotta keep running hard like
So
that.
first down and 10. Fans here at Schumann Field very enthusiastic. Minson will hand off this time to Martinez again, and Martinez goes up the middle and is swallowed by the Peddie defense after a gain of maybe 2 on the play. It's second down and long upcoming for the Crusaders. Tackle was made there by Davis Sherwood, number 30. Sitting there on the right of your screen.
I see you, Ricky.
Second down and 9 from the 45. Minson hands off to Martinez. Martinez up the middle and is hit again hard after a pickup of a couple on the play. That was Dennis wrapping him up with a big two-arm tackle and bringing him down hard to the turf. Third down, and we'll see where they will spot the ball. Third down and 7 now from the 48. So Minson once again out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to Jaden Lilly. Lilly goes to the left side and will pick up maybe a yard or two, but it's still way short of the first down. So 4th down and 6 from the 49. And once again, Bishop Sullivan staying on the field.
Here we go, man!
Jaden Lilly is lined up behind Colt Minson in the backfield. Minson fires the left sidelines, incomplete. He would have had the first down if he was able to bring in the pass. I believe that was V.J. Johnson all the way on the other side of the field. A little too far away for Minson and Johnson to be on target. And as a result, that'll be a turnover on downs for Bishop Sullivan. So Peddie will come back on the field, leading 22-0. As Chris Maleo just talking with his team on the sidelines in the huddle. I mentioned Chris Maleo in his 4th year. As we remind you that coming up at halftime, we have a very special presentation. You see the class of 2018 for Peddie football, and you see, look at all the big name schools that some of these very gifted players were able to go to. We'll have a special piece on that during halftime, so you'll want to stick around for that. Very talented individuals going some big places. See Vanderbilt, 2 different players going there. University of Virginia, just some of the many names of some of the schools that the players here from Peddie were able to end up, and we certainly wish them well. So stay tuned for that piece at halftime. Here's Chris talking about him. He played 4 years at Northwestern, the Big Ten school. Models a lot of his coaching methods after Pat Fitzgerald, who's the current head coach there, on first down whistles before the play even really begins. I don't see any penalty markers on the field. Actually, it will be a penalty on Peddie, a false start. So there's the flag as they pick it up. So that'll back them up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 now from the 46-yard line. If you're just joining us, Peddie was able to drive down the field and score on their opening drive. That just continued to keep the pressure on. Bishop Sullivan looking for an answer. So Bellon will be out of the shotgun here on 1st down and 15. Takes the snap, bobbled the snap, was able to get it under control. Dumps it off and it's intercepted. Intercepted for Bishop Sullivan, making the interception is Jaleel. Did target there for Bellon. And Blakely coming out, making the interception. And now Bishop Sullivan maybe sensing some new life here, as they had the ball 1st down and 10 from the Peddie 33-yard line. So we'll see what Colt Minson can do. Minson out of the shotgun, fires it, going all the way down the sidelines in the coverage, and that's picked off. Making the interception there was John Mitchie, and now actually is it an interception? There's a conference going on with some of the officials there. I believe it's an interception. I'm not sure what the discussion is on the other end of the sidelines with the officials, but John Mitchie with the interception. And after Bishop Sullivan senses a little bit of new life, they throw it away, and Peddie will now be backed up in their own end zone. Maurice Bellon heading out once again. They're spotting the ball for Peddie. So first down and 10. Bellon once again out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers to the left, to the right, and once again some movement before the play even begins. I think this will be a false start. Check the flag. It's a false start on Peddie. So it'll be half the distance to the goal, I believe. So they'll move the ball back to the 2.
Here we go, D!
That's about the 2nd or 3rd procedural penalty that we've had on Peddie this afternoon. And even though you're up 22-0, I can't imagine that Chris Maleo is all that happy with procedural penalties. So once again, first down from the 2-yard line for Peddie. Their backs against the wall, literally against their own end zone. Bellon out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fires right, caught at around the 8-yard line. Looks like bringing in the reception there was Mason Ship. So we'll pick up the 2nd down, and we'll check the spot on the field. About 6 or 7 to go. Ball's at the 8-yard line.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 upcoming now for the Falcons. Bellon out of the shotgun to his right. It is Patrick Smith. Now Patrick Smith goes out to the left side screen for Smith. It's caught. Smith gets to the edge and gets to the 10-yard line before he is tackled by a couple of players there for Bishop Sullivan. Nakai Meredith, number 14, bringing Patrick Smith down. Coming now 3rd down for the Falcons. A lot of explosive players on this team. We've talked about John Mitchie, Maurice Bellon, Marlon Johnson, who had that nice touchdown reception just a few moments ago. Lots of talent on the Peddie side, and now more whistles, and a timeout will be taken by Chris Maleo with a 3rd down and 4 upcoming from his team's own 10-yard line. We'll take it with him. 6:15 left here in the 2nd quarter. Peddie leads 22-0. We're back here at Schumann Field in Hightstown, New Jersey. 6:15 left here in the 1st. Peddie Falcons lead the Bishop Sullivan Catholic High School Crusaders 22-0. They have a 3rd down and 4 from their own 10-yard line. Bellon takes a snap, fires to the right sideline, it's intercepted! Intercepted for Bishop Sullivan. Another interception this time. Now Quentin Gregory gets into it. He's able to pick that ball off. That's now the 2nd interception that Bellon has thrown. Certainly not what Coach Maleo was looking for out of that timeout. There is a penalty marker on the field, though, so this might be coming back. This could be roughing the passer on Bishop Sullivan. Peddie offense is still on the field, so this might negate that interception by Gregory. And it looks like it will be roughing the passer, so that's going to negate that interception by Quentin Gregory. Wow. So Peddie catches a break, to say the least. So this is going to move the ball to the 25-yard line. Wow, and an automatic first down. Chris Scott on the sidelines for Bishop Sullivan, not happy with that call, but the call on the field stands, so it is a 15-yard penalty, roughing the passer, and now 1st and 10 from Peddie from their 25-yard line. Balan fires over the middle, caught, and wrapped up right at the marker. That's John Mechie. So 1st down, they move the chains. Coach Scott still arguing with some of the officials on the sidelines, not happy that that interception was taken away from his team. So 1st and 10 now from the 35. Clock continuing to run, under 6 minutes left here in the second. Peddie trying to put together another drive that will take them down the field, punch it in if they can. With the exception of the 2 interceptions that Balan has thrown, the Peddie offense has been pretty stout. Play action fake, Balan's going to actually keep it himself, and this time he's going to be wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage by a whole host of Crusaders. So no gain for Balan on the play, as now he'll go over and check with Coach Maleo. Second down and 10 from the 35. Balan with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Patrick Smith, the running back, number 4, to the left of Balan. Takes a snap. 4-man rush, fires over the middle, wide open, and making the catch at the 45. Now turning the corner to the 30, 25, and is knocked down out of bounds. That's John Mechie again. So a nice chunk of yardage. And Peddie now continuing to put the pressure on as they are inside Bishop Sullivan territory. So a nice reception there by John Mechie. First down and 10 now from the 24 of Bishop Sullivan. Balan, quick pass, caught by Johnson, and Johnson is wrapped up after getting across the 20 to the 16. Nice tackle there made by Bishop Sullivan. That was Jaleel Blakely also getting involved. And Bishop Sullivan with their hands on their hips, looking gassed on the opposite side of the field. They have been worked hard in this first half. Offense has not really been on the field too long, and the defense has certainly been working hard to try to keep Peddie off of the board and have been struggling to do so. 2nd and 2 from the 22. Balan hands off. Once again, this is Mechie, and Michie's going to get to the edge and walk into the end zone. Touchdown. So Mechie able to punch it in for Peddie, and they now lead 28-0, pending an extra point. Just continue to roll. Here this afternoon, Chris Maleo high-fiving. There's John Mechie, number 5. Mechie, an Alabama commit, wants to go to play for Nick Saban. 6'2", 200 pounds, the senior. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of touchdowns from that young man at Alabama in a few years. Extra point is on the way. It's short, but it will go through the uprights and good. So now 29-0. The Falcons lead. 3:41 left here in the first half. Very impressive performance to say, nonetheless, for the Falcons, as they have just continued to put together drive after drive, and so far it's the Crusaders that have just not had an answer. It's certainly disappointing when you look at how close they were to possibly having an opportunity to punch it in. Remember the interception that Quentin Gregory had at the 5-yard line at the beginning of this drive that was called back because of a pass interference, or excuse me, it was called back because of roughing the passer on Bishop Sullivan. As a result, Peddie got the ball back and they were able to march down the field. So anytime the Crusaders have been able to get something that they could possibly use to shift the momentum in the game, they have not been able to capitalize on it, from either mistakes from their own or just circumstances on the sidelines. So Peddie will get ready to kick it back to Bishop. Back to receive is Noah Anderson, along with Nakai Meredith. Michael Tile, number 55 there. Squaring it up. Kickoff from the 40.
Hey, let's wake up, let's go, here we go!
Tile taking his time. Everyone's doing some jumping jacks there, just trying to stay loose. And if you're Peddie, you got a lot to celebrate right now. I mean, you're up 29-0. And now actually there will be a timeout on the field, so not quite sure what that was all about. We'll take a break here from Schubin Field, 29-0. Back to Peddie High School right after this. Here at Schubin Field, 29-0. Peddie leads over the Bishop Sullivan Catholic Crusaders.
Let's go, Alex!
Chris Maleo had taken a timeout. A little bit of a bizarre setup there as the team was already on the field, and then they came back off. So Michael Tile, again, will kick off. Back to receive, Noah Anderson. Tile boots it away. It's a better kick this time, and it'll actually be taken by Nakai Meredith. Meredith across the 30, 35, 40, has some room and is brought down right at the 40-yard line. Penalty marker comes in.
Kick from the Falcons.
So we'll check the flag.
Return, number 14.
This could be on Peddie. Actually, it looks like it might be on Bishop Sullivan instead.
We can't play you too!
This might be a hold from some of the indications that we've gotten. It will be a hold on Bishop Sullivan. So instead of the ball being set at the 39-yard line, it'll be back to the 29. So that takes away 10 yards from that nice return by Nakai Meredith.
Holding by the receiving team. Back to Crusaders at 10 yards. It will be first and 10.
And once again, we'll see if Bishop Sullivan can try to put something together here.
Let's go, oh, let's go!
As they get ready to try to head into the locker room. And if you're the Bishop Sullivan defense, you hope that the offense can do something on this drive. Not so much for the game, but also so that they can get an opportunity to take a rest on the sidelines. They have been worked hard early in this game. Midson on first down, dumps it off. It's a screen, and it goes nowhere. It's making the tackle in the backfield for Peddie was Michael Tile. 55. That was Quentin Gregory there, who made the reception in the backfield. So now second down and 10 from the 29. Midson, pressure, fires the sidelines, caught. That's Brandon Jones, and Jones is hit hard. A penalty marker comes in. was Servasia Dennis tackling Brandon Jones out of bounds. And it looks like this is going to be on Peddie. It's going to be a face mask on Peddie. So this is an automatic first down. 2:54 left here in the first. Bishop Sullivan down 29-0. And after that 15-yard face mask penalty, now they move themselves into Peddie territory. Ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line of the Falcons. Colt Minson once again out of the shotgun, takes the snap, looking left, fires left towards the turf. It's caught by John Ransom at the 40-yard line. 5-yard gain, second down and about 5 coming up for Bishop Sullivan as they continue to go with a no-huddle offense. 4 wide receivers. Minson once again lined up in the shotgun. Minson throws right this time towards the sidelines, and it's juggled and incomplete. That was Quentin Gregory who had his hands on it. It would have been good enough for a first down, but he dropped it. So now 3rd down and 5 coming up from the 39. Minson thought about going under center. He came out of the shotgun instead, and now a penalty marker comes in. And it's a false start on Bishop Sullivan. So what would have been a 3rd and short is now going to be a 3rd and long. So they'll back him up 5 yards back to the 44-yard line.
Hey, here we go, man!
So 3rd and 9 now from the 44. Not quite in field goal range of your Bishop Sullivan. You have to at least get a first down and get somewhere near the 30 to be in range. Minson, low snap, fires over the middle, incomplete. Once again going for his teammate Quentin Gregory, who could not wrap it in. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 9 there on the coverage, and almost getting a hand on it was Khalid Majid for Peddie. Offense once again remains on the field for Bishop Sullivan on 4th down and 9. Jaden Lilly, the running back, behind Minson in the backfield. Takes a snap. Looking, has plenty of time to throw, fires over the middle, over the hands of VJ Johnson. Nice coverage there in the secondary. And that'll be another turnover on downs. That was Aiden Nash there for Peddie, covering VJ. So unfortunately, another turnover on downs there for the Crusaders. A minute 51 left here in the first half. As Peddie will take over from their own 44-yard line. Patrick Smith, the true freshman running back, right next to Maurice Bellon in the backfield. Bellon out of the shotgun. Rolling to his right, fires, intercepted at the 48-yard line. Making the interception there. Looks like that was Dijon Felton. Actually, they're going to say that was Price Stevens. I apologize. The gold lettering on the Bishop Sullivan uniforms is very nice looking, but from up here in the broadcast booth, sometimes those numbers get a little bit mixed up and it's difficult to tell. But either way, it's an interception with a minute 45 left here in the second quarter. Bishop Sullivan back on offense. Minson going for it all down the sidelines, has a man out there. It's caught at the 10-yard line. Wrapping that one in, I believe that's VJ Johnson. A player shaken up for Peddie back there. And clock will stop as a result for an injured player. VJ Johnson with a nice grab. Lying there on the field, that is John Mitchie.
Nice ball, 1-5.
Certainly hope that he's okay. He was on the coverage there trying to cover VJ Johnson. Coach Maleo coming out. Check on his player. Mason Shipp also went over and just made sure he was okay. As you look at the upcoming schedule now for the Falcons during this timeout, I mentioned they will play Wyoming Seminary College, which is not all the way out in Wyoming. It'll be a heck of a trip for Peddie. They'll actually is a team in Kingston, Pennsylvania. Then they go and play Gonzaga, which I mentioned, ironically enough, is a team that Bishop Sullivan played last week. They're out of Washington, D.C. Those are 2 home games. Then Malvern Prep also here at home, as popping up and now walking over to the sidelines is John Mitchie, so he is okay. A little gingerly walking over, but appears to be fine. And then they go on the road. Once again, as you see the remaining schedule there. That game will actually be at Gonzaga, my apologies. So they'll go on the road to Gonzaga. That's a team in Washington. Then Malvern Prep will be on the road as well before they come back here to play Hill School out of Pottstown, PA. So on first down and 10, Vincent under pressure, rolling to his right. Will tuck it under his arm and run and barely get back on the line of scrimmage. The ball is loose. It's free.
He's down!
Who has the ball? No signal from the officials just yet. Looks like Bishop Sullivan was able to recover. A flag comes down late from the side judge. So a wild play there. Minson was trying to take it under and keep it himself. So I'm not sure what the flag was there. I think they maybe dropped it just to try to make sure everyone else was set before they snapped the ball. Second down and 10 upcoming for Bishop Sullivan from the 13. So they did not lose a yard, remarkably, after Minson fumbled the ball. Minson out of the shotgun. Rolling to his right once again, looking end zone wide open, caught, touchdown in the back of the end zone. That is Brandon Jones, but a penalty marker is down and we'll check the flag. It's going to be on the offense, I believe. So unfortunately, once again for Bishop Sullivan, this takes away a score.
A good call, Cheech!
Check the flag. It's offensive pass interference on Brandon Jones. That's why he was able to get so wide open. So unfortunately, that takes away that score. As you see there on the sidelines, John Mitchie getting worked on by the training staff and doing some runs. He looks like he's okay. On second down and long, a short, quick pass is dumped off to John Ransom, and Ransom is wrapped up after about a 5-yard gain. Timeout is called by Bishop Sullivan, stopping the clock with 36 seconds left. That is, I believe, their first timeout that they have called, so I think that they have 2 remaining. So they want to discuss this over. They are in field goal range, and if you're Chris Scott, you certainly would take any points at this point to go into the locker room and try to build off of that momentum. Bishop Sullivan has been able to move the ball into Peddie territory, but either interceptions or penalties have stopped them from being able to capitalize on some of the opportunities that they have had inside Falcons territory. So 3rd and goal from the 22-yard line.
B. Jones!
Sent out of the shotgun. And a motion to the right side. Takes a snap. Fires. It's a lob. It's going to be a little short. Did he make the catch? It is a catch. Touchdown, Noah Anderson. And Bishop Sullivan finally able to get inside the back of the end zone. Vincent lobbed that one up. I thought at first that was going to be short. Didn't look like Vincent had put quite enough air underneath it, but Noah Anderson was able to adjust. And now Peddie defense gives up their first touchdown of the game, and Bishop Sullivan now will try to cut into this lead with the extra point pending. So Minson, the Wake Forest commit. Nice pass play to his teammate, and the point after is good by Ian Armstrong. So 29-7 with 25 seconds left as you take a look at the bench there for Bishop Sullivan. A little bit more energized. Chris Scott there with the white hat walking out of the screen. 29-7, certainly something that the Crusaders can hope to build on in the second half. And if you're a Bishop Sullivan fan, you have to think to yourself, finally, they've had a couple of opportunities that have found themselves in the back of the end zone, but have either been called back because of a penalty, so finally able to convert. And a much needed rest that time for the Bishop Sullivan defense after the offense was able to go on the field and put some points on the board. So an injury update. Remember, we showed John Mitchie, who was down, one of the DBs on defense. He's back on the field. See, he's actually going to be back as one of the players that will receive this kick from Bishop Sullivan. So whatever was bothering him, either a leg injury or an ankle injury, doesn't seem to be bothering him too much. And he seems to be back to his normal self. Kick coming from Brandon Jones, actually. Actually, it's a squib kick. Trying to do the onside kick. It's recovered by Bishop Sullivan. And they were able to go the 10 yards.
Let's go, baby!
Wow. I don't think Peddie was quite expecting that. I certainly was not expecting that up here in the booth. It's recovered by Peddie, so. It's a nice attempt and a gutsy call late here in the first half by Chris Scott. Unfortunately didn't pan out. Thought something was up when Brandon Jones, one of the wide receivers, was doing the kicking there. Tried to catch Peddie asleep with an onside kick. Didn't quite work out. It looked originally like Bishop Sullivan had been able to recover the ball, but at the bottom of the pile, indeed, it was Peddie. So 24 seconds left here in the first half. Peddie has, according to the scoreboard, no more timeouts, so they'll have to work quickly here.
Hey! Hey! Mitchie's in!
And now there's too many players on the field for Peddie.
He's in!
As John Mitchie was standing on the sidelines, but he was not off of the field after Ballon took the snap. So I think this will be too many men on the field for Peddie. Check the penalty. Officials having a conference here. Penalty does appear to be on the Falcons, but so it's actually going to be an illegal substitution, not too many men on the field. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty that'll back up the offense back to the 43-yard line. So first and 15 now from the 43, and now maybe this changes things maybe a bit for the Falcons. Up 29-7. Looks like Falcons are going to stay aggressive here. They're not going to just go into the locker room with that lead. Coach Maleo not content
I see you, KJ.
to let 22 seconds come off the clock. So here's Bellon, all alone in the backfield, steps up in the pocket, and he's going down in the backfield. The ball comes out, but I believe it was down. Still down on the field. As everyone's able to break things up, it'll be second down upcoming. Nice sack there for Darius Jones, a player that we have not talked a whole lot about in this game. He is a Texas A&M commit, and last week was the official player of the game for the Crusaders, as we have a timeout on the field. Player of the game at 4.5 tackles, 1.5 sacks last week against Gonzaga for Bishop Sullivan, and as I mentioned, he is a Texas A&M commit, as Peddie will let the clock run out, and that will end the first half. So after 1 half of play, it's the Peddie Falcons up 29-7 over the Bishop Sullivan Catholic Crusaders. We'll take a break from Schumann Field, here on Play by Play Sports Network. Second half coming your way after this.
My name is Adam Collier, Peddie Falcon class of 2018, and I'll be playing football at the University of Pennsylvania.
I'm Terrell Prince, Peddie Falcon class of 2018, and I've committed to play at the College of the Holy Cross.
Tyler Tedeschi, Peddie Falcon class of 2018, William and Mary.
Jabbar Garrett, Peddie School class 2018, and I will be playing for the Virginia Cavaliers next year.
I'm Julian Leslie, Peddie Falcon, class of 2018, and I'll be playing football at Sacred Heart next year.
My name's Larry Ross. I'm Peddie Falcon class of 2018, and I'll be going to Stony Brook University next year.
My name's Dan Dawkins, Peddie football class of 2018. I'll be attending Vanderbilt University next year.
I'm Alan Walters, quarterback, Peddie class of 2018, and I'm going to Vanderbilt next year.
I'm Thomas Wardle, Peddie Falcon class of 2018. I'm going to Wagner College.
I'm Tasama Haskins, Peddie Falcon class of 2018. I'll be playing for Lafayette College next year.
My name is Evan Lovell, Peddie Falcons class of 2018, and I'm committed to the University of Rhode Island.
My name is Chris Winecki, Peddie class 2018, and I'm attending James Madison University.
Alex Schmidt, Peddie Falcon class of 2018. I'm headed to Dartmouth College to play football.
My name is Jose Morales, Peddie Falcon class of 2018, and I'm going to play football at Aquinas College.
Just the doors and opportunities that it's opened being here. It's no other place like Peddie in the world, in my opinion. Miss Rodrigue, first English teacher here, she was tough, but she helped me through a lot of things.
And a pick six for Terrell Prince.
Coach Roach, my advisor, basketball coach. Coach Maleo always texting me, seeing me in the hallways, "You're gonna come play football, right?" I was like, I don't know. And of course, like my mom, dad, brother and sister, family, they just supported me in everything. When I made the decision, they were like, "One less kid in the house? Like, we love that."
What we hope is, much like Peddie's mission is for this to be a transformational experience, we hope football is the same thing. It's always my goal, it's the goal of our staff, and I know the goal of our athletic department is to be able to transform kids' lives through athletics. We're able to do that with football. We're able to make them more accountable, more responsible. We're just able to see things and growth and maturity that they didn't necessarily have 3 years earlier.
If I hadn't gone here, I probably wouldn't be playing. I most likely would have tried somewhere, but I don't know if that would have worked. Getting the opportunity to be here and have the experience of all this, knowing what it's going to feel like, what it's going to be like, it's just unreal. And it's been an incredible journey.
Oh, what a play there by big number 52, Alexander Schmidt.
Everyone here is incredibly talented, and most of us are going to D1 schools, so playing against that kind of competition every day, every practice, really gets you ready for the next level. Both my parents sacrificing everything that they can to get me to where I am. Mr. Cabot admitting me into the school, Mr. Quinn, Mr. Augusto, just anybody here who has affected me, I just want to thank everyone.
The first reason for me to come to Peddie was just to get more options as far as school goes, because before I came here, it was just like a handful, if that. And when I came here, it changed immensely.
2nd and 1. And that's going to do it as Javar Garrett ends the game.
First, it would be Coach Maleo because he was the first to believe in me back in my old school. My coach really didn't believe in me too much. Didn't believe I had the talent to play D1, and Coach Maleo believed in me from the beginning, the moment he saw me. And Coach Parker for just keeping my head on straight and leading the way, and just making sure I do what I have to do.
The great part about it is having all these talented players. I can learn a lot from them. They can learn a lot from me. I'm one of the people who has the most experience here, so I'm like showing these guys the ropes and really trying to show them what the culture is about. It's hard work and best is the standard. Giving your all in everything you do, being the best at what you do every day.
Touchdown takes the lead. Adam Conyer with a huge play.
First off, I want to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity. Second off, I want to thank Mr. Cabot for admitting me into the school, and Mr. Quinn, the headmaster, for letting me have this chance at coming to this prestigious high school. And definitely my family, my coaches, Coach Maleo, Coach Parker, Coach Tedeschi, all the assistant coaches that helped me along the way. It's just been a blessing. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Ivy League.
I think that's the best feeling as a coach, to know that you've set kids up for long-term success. You know, I think there's a huge difference between what we see on that football field, that's short-term success, and then that long-term success is to know that they go on to college and they're having, you know, a great academic and athletic experience, that one day that they become great husbands, fathers, friends, whatever it might be, businessmen, CEOs of companies, whatever they decide to get into. I'm hoping that football is a catalyst for all that for the rest of their life.
Grinding every day, all day. Winter, spring, fall, it didn't matter. Summertime, it didn't matter. We were always together. And Coach Maleo and all the coaches, and really the school, always found a way to try to keep us together and keep us, I guess, tightly knit. Firstly, with my parents, because without them, I wouldn't even have had the opportunity to come to the school. Mr. Augusto for introducing Peddie to me. Coach Parker for always pushing me, most definitely. Every day in practice, it was he and I, always, always, always. His like constant energy put into me, like, just makes my time here worthwhile.
Mr. Onion, my advisor for 3 years, he's been there with me through thick and thin. Him and Mr. Augusto have been like the father I never had, to be that figure in my life, somebody I can go to, somebody to be hard on me and like kind of push me. The admissions office, Mr. Cabot, of course, to like believing in me. The rest of the admissions department, the athletics department, the trainers, Coach Volkmar, keeping us in shape. Tara Hart, my science teacher from last year, Miss Kochar. Those teachers left an impact on me like that I'll carry with me forever. Coach Harris, Coach Maleo, Coach Parker, all of them great coaches, and Mr. Truslow. Of course, you know, headmaster, Mr. Quinn. He's been there for me at times, and like my family and my mom, to like kind of help her through things for her being new to the boarding school process. So I gotta thank all of them for, you know, just being there for me and my family.
Oh, I feel way ahead of the game. The Peddie academics here, they're no joke. It's hard, but it'll get you prepared for college. I'm thankful for Coach Maleo and all the admissions, everyone allowing me to come in and repeat my junior year. I have to thank my parents, the Holy Cross community, the Thomaston community, everyone back home. Without them, I wouldn't be here. Offensive line, those are my brothers. Like, we do everything together. We eat, sleep, everything, really.
It's probably the best offensive line in the nation, and I can say that by running behind it. Having Larry, Evan, Doc, Thomas, all those guys, Chris, just having those guys was insane. The holes were, as you can see, they're open. All I had to do was run through them.
Burst of speed up the middle for Chris Chekwanecki.
I want to thank Mr. Quinn, the headmaster here, for allowing me to spend my year here and give me the opportunity to see this wonderful place. Mr. McClellan for helping me. He's always been someone that I've talked to. He's someone that's been pushing me to just be a better student, be a better individual. I want to thank Ms. Dunn for admitting me into here and letting me like live my one-year dream here. I want to thank my family, most importantly my mom. That woman's put in so much sacrifice.
I've learned a lot just from being here, from just the people here, my teammates, just the atmosphere. It's challenged me both on the field and off the field, even academically. It's just bettered me as a person in general as well. It challenges you in all aspects of life and all phases of life. So I'm just blessed to be in the position I am and have the opportunity I have at this school and have the opportunity I have the next 4 years at Vanderbilt. First and foremost, obviously my family, my mom, dad, and my sister. I mean, My journey wasn't too easy. I transferred schools, and now I board here. They've made so many sacrifices for me and my future that I just am forever thankful for, and I couldn't have done it without them. And then all my coaches as well. Even my coaches my first year of high school, all the coaches that I've trained with over the past years, it's just everybody's just been a blessing in my life. And then obviously lastly just God. I mean, I'm a very religious person, so I mean, all the thanks goes to him as well, because none of this would be possible without him.
I'm thankful for this experience and for meeting these guys and being able to train, have them push me push them. Coach Malayo adding a little bit to it, like best is the standard, which is definitely vital. We cross every T and dot every I with that. Obviously, I'd like to thank Mr. Quinn, Mr. Cabot, of course, Coach Malayo, Coach Tedeschi, Coach Parker, guys like Mr. Augusto, Mr. Treese, Mr. Onion, Mr. Sham, Mr. Brown, Mr. Edwards, he's a new guy this year, Mr. Truslow, without a doubt, like my family, including my mother, my dad, my sisters, grandparents, and anybody who's believed in me and my friends.
We were short of numbers, definitely. But I feel like because of that, it brought us closer to each other. Yeah, the O-line, D-line especially, we definitely built this brotherhood throughout these couple of years together. So it was something that, I'll never forget. I'll never forget these guys. First and foremost, I thank my parents. The amount of sacrifice they have done for me, like these past 3 years, unbelievable. And then Coach Malayo, obviously, he's one of the most inspiring guys to be around. He's a hard-headed guy, but like if you get to know him, he's really loving. He cares about all of us. And, it hit us in the heart. And then the rest of the teammates, all the guys, I love them all. Definitely gonna miss it here. Yeah, but good memories.
The special thing about it is being so far away from home. I kind of get to venture off into my own world and make a name for myself out on the other side of the country. Something like crazy that's kind of crazy to me is coming out here playing high school football, but it's a college football field with all these 3-star, 4-star athletes, kids that are Power 5 commits, and kids that are upcoming Power 5 commits. The competition that we played with every day in practice was one in a lifetime. Like you don't get that at normal high school. First and foremost, I want to thank God for my experience. Without him, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank my mom, my guardian, and his family. I want to thank my best friend. I want to thank Coach Malayo, Coach Parker, Mr. Quinn, and Mrs. Dunn for getting me into the school.
Yeah, I want to thank my mom, especially. She put me through here. She's paying for it. My grandparents too, they're helping out. They helped out with football, get my cleats and stuff. Coach Malayo, Coach Parker, believing in my ability to play football and ability to go to the next level. Definitely Mr. Gilbert, he helped me with physics when I was struggling last year. He'd take time at study hall to help me. My math teacher, Coach D, would help me. I feel prepared academically through my teachers and through the harder workload we get here. It's definitely prepared me for the college and football training, off season, during the season. It's basically a college training. Same what they do, just a step down. It's not the full thing, but it's definitely a taste of what it is, and I feel like I'm ready.
So one of the really unique things about being part of this community is the support that you get from people, and I've learned so much from people that I've worked with and people that I've worked under. The admissions staff at Peddie, Ray Cabot and Molly Dunn have been amazing mentors to me. Peter Quinn has done a wonderful job as our head of our school, and who's really been a huge supporter of the football program and what that transformative experience can do. Catherine Rodriguez, our assistant head of school, a lot of the people within the dorms, our arts department. It's amazing how many people support each other here, and it's authentic and it's genuine, and I'm so grateful for it.
And welcome back to Schumann Field here in Hightstown, New Jersey. Tim Catalfamo calling the game today for Play-by-Play Sports Network. It is the Peddie Falcons and the Bishop Sullivan Crusaders. Peddie has a 29-7 lead as we get ready to start the second half. Bishop Sullivan was able to drive down the field and get a late touchdown late in the second quarter to be able to get some points on the board, and in some ways was able to stop the bleeding after a very dominant first half on offense for Peddie. Maurice Bellon certainly performing very well at the quarterback spot, as you see there. Chris Maleo on the sidelines in the golden t-shirt. Has to be pretty pleased with the way his team has performed. I talked to him last night, asked about his team. He said his team has a lot of explosive athletes and they like to spread the field, and they certainly have done that this afternoon with their wide receiving cores, players such as John Mitchie, Marlon Johnson, just to name a few, who have really performed very well. Another weird kick here to start the second half. Not quite sure what that was. I'm not sure if that was another attempted onside kick or what, but it'll give Peddie some excellent field position. Let's see where they're going to spot this ball here. Looks like they will spot it at the Bishop Sullivan 47-yard line. So back on the job now for Maurice Bellon. As Peddie trots out of the field. Peddie in this game has had very good field position. Only once have they been backed up near their own end zone. Most of their drives have started around midfield. So Bellon out of the shotgun. Two running backs behind him, takes the snap, hands off to Patrick Smith. Smith juking his way forward and will get maybe a yard on the play before he's tackled. And brought down near the 48-yard line. There on the tackle, Brandon Jones, among others, there for Peddie. So Jonah Jones, you see number 7. Very well-regarded player. Scott had some very nice things to say about him in my pregame chat. Bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 47. And if you're Peddie, of course, you're in really no need to hurry here on this drive. It'll be Patrick Smith once again, the running back. A couple of receivers spread out wide to the right. Mason Ship all the way down to the bottom of your screen. And a motion to the right side, that's Mitchie. Bellon's actually going to keep it, goes across the 45 and is tackled at the 43-yard line. So pickup of a few on 2nd down, and that'll bring up 3rd down and short for the Falcons. I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is Peddie's first game of the year, whereas Bishop Sullivan has already played 2. They had an earlier game this year against Norfolk Christian where they won 45-13, and last week they lost to Gonzaga 38-0. But for Peddie, this is their season opener and trying to start off the season on a strong note. Bellon fires over the middle. It is caught by his teammate, John Mitchie, who's got the first down across the 35-yard line. Looks like they will spot him at the 33, and it'll be a fresh set of downs now for the Falcons. Tackle made there by Jawan Johnson there for Bishop Sullivan as he trots off the field and will take a breather. So fresh set of downs now for the Falcons. Marlon Johnson behind, actually that was Patrick Smith rather. Bellon's going to keep it on 1st down, gets to the edge to the 30, 25, still going, and is knocked out of bounds near the 22. So a nice strong run on 1st down.
Number 10,
before he's bumped out of bounds.
Come on, Blue, let me get the corner.
Jeffries there for Bishop Sullivan. And another 1st down. So 1st down and 10 from the 23. Bellon checking things over with his head coach, Chris Maleo, on the sidelines. Patrick Smith lined up behind Balan as the running back. Keep an eye on Marlon Johnson all the way to the top of your screen in the left portion. Now Smith will spread out as a wide receiver here on first down. Quick fire screen to the right side. It's caught. And wrapping it up, going across the 20 to the 15 about, is Khalid Majid, excuse me. One of the running backs. Nice pickup on first down. To move the ball from the 23 to the 16. Gain a 7 on the play, and now second down and 3. Under 9 minutes left here in the third. Balan on second down, looking for Johnson. Got it at the 10-yard line to the 5, and he's tackled there. Nice shoestring tackle made.
Too much room!
On the opposite side, that was Alex Oates bringing down Johnson. And now first and goal for Peddie as they continue to knock on the door. Trying to punch it in again.
Come on, let's go, set the fire!
Peddie has definitely been very strong on offense in this game. They've had several drives. And again, great field position. A lob to Johnson in the end zone. He's tackled. That's going to be pass interference. He was tripped up, I'm sure, inadvertently by Nico McKay. On the left side of the end zone, there's Nico. It'll be pass interference. This will be half the distance to the goal. And because the ball's on a 3-yard line, they're probably going to move it to about the 1.5-yard marker. Have a correction there. The ball was actually on the 6, so it's actually now going to be moved to the 3-yard line.
First down and 3 to go from the 3-yard line.
So after that penalty, first and goal. Peddie has gone to the air many times this afternoon. They really haven't run the ball too much. They haven't really had to, of course, with such a strong offensive line that's allowed Bellon to have time in the pocket. He'll go I formation this time, hands off to his teammate up the middle. That's Mitchie, and Mitchie gets a couple on the play. We'll get up to about the 2 or 1 yard line. Check the spot of the ball. It'll bring up a second down and goal. Patrick Smith, along with Khalid Majid and Mason Shipp coming in for the Falcons as a couple players come off. Long drive here. This is going on 4.5 minutes now for Peddie. So on of the shotgun.
Bingo,
second down and goal. Takes a snap. Almost bobbled it. Got it himself. Now he's going to run into the end zone for the touchdown. So Balan able to score after botching the snap. Had a little bit of a miscommunication. I think he was trying to hand it off. It didn't work. And is able to sneak in for the touchdown. So now 35-7 Peddie leads, pending the extra point from Michael Tile. How impressive has Maurice Bellon been in this game? Tile for the extra point. And it is up and good. So now 36-7, the Falcons lead. 7:22 remaining here in the third quarter. And it has just been a routing performance. And for Bishop, they have had some strong showings on offense. They've had potential, and they certainly have shown that they can compete. It's just more so of the fact that their defense cannot seem to hold Peddie from punching it in on the other end of the field when the Falcons have the football. Bishop, though, obviously will look to try to rebound. They did go into the locker room after getting 7 points on the board. As you see Chris Scott there on the sidelines with the white hat talking to one of the officials. Very stark contrast from both sides. Bishop Bent's very quiet, hands on the hips, where on the other side for Peddie, players are jumping around in excitement. So Michael Tile again will kick it off, number 55, from the 40-yard line. Tile moves it away. It'll bounce on around the 20-yard line and will roll out of bounds near the 25. So actually it'll bounce at the 30-yard line, roll around around the 25-yard line. There'll be a flag as a result. That's about the second time that has happened today on the kickoff from Tile. So it'll move the ball for Bishop up the field. Will be good field position for
I hear you, Dish. Let's go, baby!
The Crusaders, as they will start from the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10. Colt Minson out of the shotgun, trying to lead his team back down the field like they did towards the end of the first half. Minson with pressure, escapes it and fires it to the sidelines. It's incomplete. He was able to escape the pressure. That was C.J. Presley, number 52, putting pressure on Minson. Nearly had his own sack in the backfield, but it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Minson has never quite looked comfortable in the pocket this afternoon. He's certainly someone who can throw the ball. I mentioned he has interest from big teams in the ACC, such as Wake Forest, but just has never looked comfortable in that pocket this afternoon. Minson on 2nd down, quick dump off across the 25 to the 30, moving his way across the midfield line for the Crusaders is Quentin Gregory, and now we have a whistle as there's an injured player in the backfield, all the way back at the 40-yard line for Peddie. It is number 21, Khalil Majid, who appears to be cramping up. Chris Maleo walking out to check on him. So we'll take a break here from Schumann Field. Peddie leads 36-7. Back here at Schumann Field, you see Khalil Majid walking off under his own power, a little bit shaken up, but he appears to be all right, which is good. Chris Maleo actually has a smile on his face, so can't be too serious of an injury. Getting getting a talking to from some of the training staff. He'll take a seat. On first down, Minson comes out throwing. It's an incomplete pass. So they'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Bishop Sullivan after a nice pickup to move the ball across midfield by Quentin Gregory. So Minson again out of the shotgun. Takes a snap. Plenty of time to throw. Fires wide open. It's caught by V.J. Johnson across the 30, across the 25 now, and is brought down to the 22-yard line. V.J. Johnson was wide open near the Peddie sidelines, and Colt Minson was able to find him, and now another first down for Bishop Sullivan. They're not quite out of this just yet. They will go no huddle and quickly to the line. Not sure if Peddie is totally set. They snap the ball. It's a handoff to Martinez, and Martinez is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there by Servasia Dennis, number 8. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and long. Just when you think Bishop Sullivan is starting to turn the tide as far as momentum, Peddie's able to come back with a stop of their own. Minson out of the shotgun on 2nd down. Pressure, lost the football. The ball's loose. It's scooped up. C.J. Presley bringing it down midfield into enemy territory at midfield, and is brought down at the 48, but he is hurt. After Minson lost the football, the flag is down back at the 40-yard line. And we hope that Presley is okay.
Arm was in motion!
We'll have to figure out who the flag is on, but more importantly, Presley's still injured on the sidelines. Looks like it's going to be a penalty on Peddie, but it still should be Peddie football because I don't believe the penalty occurred until after the fumble. So Peddie will have the ball. Of course, our attention now is to C.J. Presley, who was able to scoop it up and had one man to beat her. He was going to take that to the house. Officials look like they will mark the ball at the 34-yard line, so I'm not quite sure what that penalty was for. We'll check that. It's going to be a block in the back, so that's what the penalty was for on Peddie. As a result, that backs him up to the 34. So C.J. Presley still down, being worked on. Actually looks like he's being stretched out the right leg. So the training staff trying to stretch out possibly a cramp. Servasia Dennis coming over to help his teammate up. And Presley looks like will be helped off the field. Presley, the 6'5" senior, 270 pounds, will hobble off under his own power, so good to see. And a nice play made. He's shaking his head, knowing what he had. He only had one man to beat. As I said, he was going to the house if he had not been tripped up. Very gingerly walking off now. He will be all right. And Peddie will get the football back after the illegal block in the back penalty. They'll spot the ball once again at the 34-yard line. CJ now finally getting off the field. Looks like he's all right. Looks like possibly a cramp, so they're going to work him over on the training table to see if they can stretch that one out and he can get back in the game. So 1st and 10 from the 34. Balan, play action fake is going to be stuffed up and wrapped up in the backfield. No fooling the Bishop Sullivan defense there. Balan was brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That was Andre Hawkins, who plays both offense and defense, number 80, with a nice play. It's a loss of 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12. The clock continues to run. Maurice Balan actually looks like he might be a little shaken up after that hit. He's okay, he's still on the field, but little bit shaken up. That's 220 pounds against 185 pounds for Balan, matching up against Andre Hawkins. As you see there, C.J. Presley being worked on the sidelines. Second down and 10. Balan throws the sideline quick screen. It's caught across the 40, 45. Got some room. We'll possibly see if he gets the first down. That is John Mitchie.
Here we go, man.
They will actually mark him out of bounds near the 42-yard line, so it won't be close to the sticks. It'll bring up a third down, and we'll call it 4.
Third down and 2.
I thought it was the first down too. Had some technical difficulties up here in the broadcast booth, but we're still worked out. Third down and 2 from the 42-yard line. So Balan will go out of the shotgun. Hey, you gotta have some fun, you know, gotta have some entertainment. Balan on third down and 2 punches his way right into one of the players for Bishop Sullivan. That was Bryce Stevens that he lowered the shoulder and went right into. Short of the first down, but it wasn't without some effort. He takes his helmet off and will walk off. It looks like for the first time, Peddie will actually punt the ball. This is the first time they have ever punted in this game. So, 4th and 2. As the clock continues to run, 4:30 and counting. This will be Servasia Dennis booting it away. Nice punt, high spiraling kick will drive Bishop back to the 25-yard line, and it'll roll and stop near the 24. So decent punt for Dennis, and that's where Bishop Sullivan will reset. So Colt Minson and company now will come back out, again trailing 36-7. You see there Dennis there, nice punt there. Plays linebacker. And has a pretty good punting game as well. Getting the job done on multiple ends of the field. So Colt Minson and the Crusaders will try to line up here and get something positive going on offense. It's been a struggle in this game. I mentioned in the last drive, Minson has never looked comfortable inside the pocket. On a shotgun on first down from the 25. Minson, quick screen, caught by Noah Anderson. Anderson is wrapped up immediately. Nice tackle for the Falcons. Once again, that's Servasia Dennis bringing Noah Anderson down. Second down and long now for Bishop. Dennis has had himself a very good game so far, number 8. It's a loss of 3, second down and 13. Minson, 4-man rush, fire sidelines, wide open, caught out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's V.J. Johnson. Some positive yardage on second down. It'll bring up a third down. And actually, they will give him the first down, so they will move the chains. Looked like he may have been a little on the short side where the first down marker was, but the officials give Bishop the first down. Hands off on first down up the middle. Nothing happening there as Peddie was able to snuff it out. Michael Martinez there for the Crusaders. Third quarter moving by very quickly, approaching 3 minutes left. Minson with a 4-man rush, going for it all in the double coverage, and it's incomplete. There was some contact, no flag. Back on the coverage, there was John Mitchie along with his teammate, Aiden Nash. The intended receiver was Brandon Jones, but again, throwing into double coverage is sometimes a no-no, and nice defense there for the Falcons.
Are you guys going to dinner afterwards?
Talking over with the officials on the sidelines. 3rd down and 10, pass incomplete, intended for nobody. I'm not really sure who that was for. Noah Anderson arguing with the officials, saying that he was held up. But now it brings up a 4th down and 10. Chris Scott very upset. He's looking for the flag. So he took his headset off and told the officials exactly what he thought. There was some contact there with Noah Anderson and one of the Peddie defenders in the secondary, but I'm not quite sure if the officials would throw the flag there because the ball was not in the vicinity of where the receiver was. So 4th down and 10. Once again, Bishop Sullivan will go for it here. Minson, pressure, fires over the middle into coverage, and it's over the head of Quentin Gregory. So once again, a turnover on downs for the Crusaders. Aiden Nash there on the coverage. So the Falcons will have great field position and will take over from the 35. Some really impressive play from Peddie this afternoon. Remember, their season opener, they have Wyoming Seminary College Prep coming up next week. That'll be a home game. Wyoming Seminary coming from Kingston, Pennsylvania. And they go on the road to Washington to take on Gonzaga. That'll be a tough game. Then Malvern Prep to close out the month of September. A team also out of Pennsylvania. 1st down and 10, Balan, quick screen to Patrick Smith. Smith gets a couple yards on the play before he's tripped up. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and long. Making the tackle there was Kalia Jeffries.
Second down and 7 from 32 yards.
2nd down and 7 now for the Falcons. Almost 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Peddie definitely in control. Balan, hands off to Smith. Smith cuts it back across the 30 down to near the 25-yard line. So a nice pickup on 2nd down. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3. It's Andre Hawkins there. Player that has made some nice tackles and is one of the few bright spots this afternoon for Bishop Sullivan that's had a tough day. So 3rd down and 2 officially from the 27. Balan takes the snap. Fires quickly, intercepted, picked off. This is Jeffries. Jeffries across midfield and is wrapped up. Kalia Jeffries, rather, making the interception. That's the 4th interception that has been thrown this afternoon by Maurice Balan. And something that Bishop Sullivan can get excited about on the sidelines. Nice interception. I'm not sure who the intended target was. I think he was looking for John Mitchie near the Peddie sidelines. It's the 4th pick of the afternoon for Balan, and an even better play made by Jeffries on the defense. So 1st and 10 now. Mitzi under pressure. Dumps it off to John Ransom, and Ransom's got nowhere to go and is brought down way behind the line of scrimmage. C.J. Jeffries there bringing him down. So whatever was bothering him as far as a leg injury is concerned doesn't seem to be bothering him too much. Michael Tile also as well contributing with the tackle in the backfield. It's a loss of 8, first down and 18 from the 43. Minson fires it, going for Jones, and he overthrows him. He was double covered there by Ship, along with his teammate Majid.
Come on, we need 15, let's go!
So now third down and a mile for Bishop Sullivan. 33 seconds left here in the third. Again, if you're just joining us, it's been all Peddie. Bishop Sullivan has had a couple of opportunities inside Peddie territory, but have not been able to come up with anything. Minson rolling to his right, dumps it off. It's caught by John Ransom, and Ransom gets back up to the original line of scrimmage near the 48-yard line of Peddie, but he's still way short of the first down. Bishop, though, as they have done all afternoon so far, will stay on the field. It will be interesting to see if they can get this play off before the third quarter expires. Clock is down to 3, they get it off. Minson, pressure, fires over the middle, incomplete. Nice coverage there for Majid. Minson was looking for Quentin Gregory. The Bishop sidelines are not happy. They thought that there was some interference there that will not be called. And it'll be a turnover on downs, as that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. It's Peddie leading 36-7 over the Bishop Sullivan Catholic High School Crusaders. We'll be back to Schumann Field in the fourth quarter right after this. Here at Schumann Field, getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Peddie's got the ball at their own 48-yard line with a first down and 10. On first down, handoff to Patrick Smith. Smith making some nice moves, still on his feet, across the 45 to the 40. Penalty marker comes in, ball is still in play. Smith still running, reverses field, and Patrick Smith will take it all the way to the house for the touchdown. There is a penalty flag down, and we'll check to see if this is on Peddie. But Patrick Smith, an incredible amount of dancing around to get to the back of the end zone, the true freshman, but we'll check the flag. Chris Scott is all the way onto the field looking at the officials to see what that penalty is. The flag was dropped back at the 40-yard line. Has the makings of a hold on Peddie, which is going to take away that impressive touchdown run by Patrick Smith. So officials still discussing here. Long discussion. It's going to be 2 penalties on penalty is what we're hearing. One of them is going to be an illegal block. But we're still checking to make sure. The officials huddling up. There's the dog there on the sidelines that our crew's been very interested in. Just hanging out. Gonna take a sit. Maybe a lay down. If he's a Peddie football fan, he's got to be pretty comfortable right now. Very cute. Still trying to figure out what this penalty is. Obviously, it's against Peddie, but We're not sure what the penalty is. We heard that it might be an illegal block. It's going to backpedal Peddie up. It's a personal foul on the Falcons, and also a personal foul on Bishop. So those offset, but instead it's going to be a hold as well. So 2 personal fouls, both on Peddie and on Bishop. They offset. There's an additional penalty on the Falcons, which was a hold. So that's why they take away the touchdown, and they back Peddie up to the 48-yard line. So a little bit confusing there, but first down and 9 now from the 48. Bellon airing it out for Johnson, and it's over his head down the sidelines.
Come on, Nico! Nico!
So now second down and 9 from the 49-yard line for Peddie. As Johnson and Nico McKay having some words there, and the officials kind of try to break that up. And Chris Scott obviously not very happy with Nico McKay. He's going to bring him out of the game, actually.
Hey, here we go, D! Let's go, man!
So now second down and 9 from the 49-yard line of Peddie. Maurice Bellon took a shot down the field and aired it out. Let's see if he does it on this play. Instead, he hands off to his running back, Patrick Smith, who goes forward for a couple of yards. He's tackled there by Jonah Jones, among others there for the Crusaders. About a third down and 5 coming up. As you see Chris Scott there in the white hat with the headset on. Calling out the plays from the sidelines. Third down and 6 from the Bishop Sullivan 48. Bellon out of the shotgun, takes a snap. 4-man rush, pressure, fires it left side, and the receiver that he was looking for, that was his teammate Khalil Majid, fell down. Bellon got hit hard in the backfield. He appears to be all right, a little slow to get up, but he trots off the field. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 6. So again, we will have Servassier Dennis coming on to do the punting. Only the second punt, but the last punt that he got off was a decent punt. One of the linebackers here for the Falcons. Back to receive is Noah Anderson. Here's Dennis's punt, pressure nearly blocked. He got it away. It'll actually be taken for the Crusaders by Nico Meredith, and Meredith is brought down at around the 25-yard line. Nakai Meredith. The penalty marker is down near the 25. Check the flag.
There's nobody down there! You gotta be kidding me. What did you call, ref?
It's going to be I think a block in the back instead, so they'll back him up 10 yards. So instead of the ball being at the 25, it'll be spotted at the 15. So just another insult to injury there for Bishop Sullivan Crusaders this afternoon, as they have struggled with penalties of their own and with an offense that has shown promise but has never quite been able to put it to Peddie. Minson with a short snap on first down. Ooh, pummeled right on the left sideline. That was Quentin Gregory, who got laid into by John Mitchie. Wow. Hard hit. That's going to be a loss of about 4 or 3 yards on the play. Wow. What a hit. Mitchie was definitely able to anticipate that one and was going to lay a hit into Quentin Gregory, and Gregory took a shot. It's actually a loss of 3, so second down and 13. They're firing towards the sidelines again for Noah Anderson. It goes through his hands, incomplete. So 3rd and 13 upcoming now. The 12-yard line for Bishop Sullivan. And now we have a whistle. Not quite sure what the delay was, but there was no timeout called. I think the officials just trying to sort something out near the far sideline. Ball's back in play, so 3rd down and 13 once again upcoming now here for Bishop. Minson, pressure, stands in the pocket, fires, nearly picked off, but it's caught at the 42-yard line. It goes through the hands of Aiden Nash, and coming up with the reception there, I believe, was John Ransom. Actually, I'm sorry, instead it was VJ Johnson. VJ Johnson instead, not John Ransom, coming up with that incredible reception. Bishop catches a break and they remain on the field. Hand off to Michael Martinez here on 1st down, and he's tackled immediately by Jack Barnes at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. Clock continues to run. We're under 10 minutes left here in this ball game, and if everything stays the way that it has been going, Peddie will get their 1st win of the year. Their season opener here at Schumann Field. 2nd down over the middle, intended for, I believe, VJ Johnson. Falls incomplete. So bring him a 3rd down and 9. And at this point, Bishop Sullivan just trying to put something on the board to try to build some momentum into their next game. Well, it looks like someone may have jumped early. That'll be a false start on Bishop, so we'll back them up another 5 yards. Actually, it's going to be an offside, so an encroachment instead on Peddie, not on Bishop Sullivan. So it'll actually help Bishop out a little bit. So instead of 3rd and 9, it's now 3rd and 4. A little bit more manageable. Bishop going all out here with 5 wide receivers on 3rd down. Minson looking over to the sidelines, checking with Chris Scott. LJ Anderson now, we haven't talked a whole lot about in this game, now coming out to stand right next to Minson. Peddie showing pressure. Here's Minson, dropped the football and falls on top of it back at the line of scrimmage. The original line of scrimmage, I should say. It's a loss of 6 on the play. So ball will be spotted back at the 43. So the 5-yard gimme that Peddie gave them after jumping off sides, Bishop gives themselves right back. Nice catch there made on the far sidelines. That's Quentin Nelson again. So a 1st down, and they'll move the chains. I'm sorry, that's VJ Johnson instead, number 8, on the far side of the field. So fresh set of downs for Bishop here in this extended drive. Going on 3.5 minutes now they've been on the field. Minson looking, throwing all down the sidelines. It's short, but it's nearly wrapped in by John Ransom, a little underthrown. John Mitchie there on the coverage, and it'll fall incomplete for a 2nd down upcoming. John Mitchie has played incredibly well in this game. Remember, he got injured early in the 2nd half, came off the field, got stretched out, and now is back playing again.
Make a pay dish!
And the ball is being moved here, so I did not see a penalty marker on the field. There must have been something that Peddie had committed. We'll check on that, but now it's 1st down and 10 from the 31. I didn't see a penalty. Minson throws on 1st down. It's caught. It's Brandon Jones, who will be stopped at around the 20, or I'm sorry, around the 30-yard line. Check the spot. There was a penalty marker on that last play. And now a timeout is taken by Peddie. So we'll take a break and sort things out here from Schumann Field in Hightstown, New Jersey. Peddie leads 36-7. Back after this. Back here at Schumann Field, you get a nice look at Chris Maleo, fourth-year head coach for Peddie. Second down and 2 for Bishop, firing it for it all down the sidelines and caught inside the red zone. A nice grab is made by V.J. Johnson, number 8. And Bishop now knocking on the door, first and goal now inside the 5. The reason why Bishop was able to move down the field, by the way, a second ago, there was a penalty, was roughing the passer. First and goal from the 1-yard line, handoff to, it looked like L.J. Anderson.
Continue your fake!
And he was wrapped up immediately by Jack Barnes, number 54 there on your monitor. It's a loss of 1 to bring up a second down and goal from the 2. As the clock continues to run, Bishop Sullivan hoping to try to get some points on the board and punch it in. Minson will go out of the shotgun this time, hands off to Anderson, and Anderson again is stood up in the backfield. So 2 straight running plays from the 1 and now from the 2-yard line do not work, and they lose even more yardage on the play. A 3-yard loss on the play, and it's third and goal from the 5 now. So Bishop's going the wrong direction. See what Chris Scott draws up here on third down. Under 7 minutes left to play. Peddie in command, but Bishop is knocking on the door, trying to look for their second touchdown of the afternoon. Minson drops back, dumps it off the middle to Brandon Jones, and Jones is tackled at around the 2-yard line, but still not close enough. It'll bring up a 4th and goal. So we'll see if Colt Minson is either going to throw or hand off. L.J. Anderson is in as the running back, not Michael Martinez. 4th and goal. Minson fires, end zone, intercepted. Intercepted in the back of the end zone. That is Servassier Dennis again. And Chris Maleo coming out to congratulate his player, who has played incredibly well this afternoon. Dennis, the senior, 6'2", 215 pounds. The punter, the linebacker, certainly has been doing a lot and has played incredibly well. And unfortunately for Bishop, that is really how the game has gone in a nutshell. Close, but yet so far. So a brief timeout on the field as Chris Maleo just talking it over with his team. See there, Dennis. Getting some pats on the back. So first down and 10. Maurice Milan once again. Quarterback, split running backs in the backfield. Hands off to his teammate Mitchie. Mitchie goes across the 30, 35, still going. Actually, will be dropped short of the 35-yard line at the 34, but it's a first down for Peddie. And if you're the Falcons, you certainly don't want to take any chances here. You have a very big lead. I mentioned the schedule. They have Wyoming Seminary College Prep next week at Kingston, Pennsylvania. Then they go on the road to play Gonzaga in Washington, D.C. Whereas for Bishop Sullivan, they're going to try to reset as they go on the road to play Our Lady of Good Counsel in Maryland next week. Balon of the shotgun, takes a snap, fires, going for his teammate Mitchie, and Mitchie not able to bring it in. Nice coverage there by Nakai Meredith, number 14. And that'll bring up a second down. You know, talking about Chris Maleo and certainly how well his team has played, and I mentioned the fact that he has coached this team 4 seasons now. Came over from Northwestern. He played football out there for 4 years, from 2004 to 2007, and takes a lot of the methods and training that he puts into his head coaching from Pat Fitzgerald, the current head coach at Northwestern, who's in his 13th year. Milan's going to keep it here on second down and run it across the line of scrimmage and barely gain a yard. It certainly takes a lot of how he coaches his team away from his days at Northwestern with the Wildcats. Interesting to note, we were talking about the weather early on in the game. It is still clear, no rain, don't want to jinx anything, but very beautiful day with temperatures in the 70s. It's not been the weather that it has been this week. It's been extremely hot and humid. And actually, I spoke to Maleo last night on one of the many things we were discussing. It was his team trying to find indoor practice facilities that they could practice in because it was so hot outside. Third down and 9, quick screen to Smith. Smith across the 40, 45's got some room. Smith breaks it free. One man to beat, he's tripped up across the 30 to the 25. Wow. Explosive play for the freshman. Smith had broken off a very long run earlier in the 4th that led to a touchdown but was called back because of a hold. And he nearly had another one there. Patrick Smith, the 5'11" freshman, 175 pounds. But going back to that point about Maleo, talking about his team practicing indoors, we're trying to find places so they could work and get ready for the season opener, and certainly whatever they were doing during the offseason has been panning out thus far. Remember, they won the first conference title last year in the Maple League. Belon will play action. Keep it up the middle for maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Tackle made by Andre Hawkins. See an Eagles fan there on the sidelines. I can't say I'm all that happy about that, Simon, after Thursday night's game, but hey, what are you going to do? Good match. What type of jerseys he got on there? Who's that, number 11? Carson Wentz? You guys got a problem down in Philadelphia with Nick Foles and Carson Wentz. Which one do you want to play? You got some problems there, in my book. Balon going all the way to the end zone for Johnson, and it's a little out of target. Nice coverage there by Dejon Felton. Marlon Johnson just a little bit short on that. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 11 from the Bishop 29. A lot of commits on the Bishop side of the ball. We've talked about Maurice Belon many times. West Point commit. Marlon Johnson, you just heard his name there. He's a Rutgers commit. And then John Mitchie, who's played incredibly well on both sides of the field. He's committed to Alabama. Some very bright futures for those young men. 3rd and 11. One draws right up the middle. Across the 25-20, he's got to the edge, to the 10, still going, and is tackled finally inside the 10 at around the 5-yard line. So a nice run for Bellon. Tackle made there for the Crusaders by Dejon Felton. So a nice tackle there by Dejon. The clock continues to run. Approaching 2 minutes left now here in the 4th. So Peddie obviously will move on to 1-0 this year. Bishop Sullivan will fall to 1-2. And for Bishop Sullivan, they'll look to go back on the road again. Go to Maryland in a few weeks. Hand off to Patrick Smith on 1st down and goal. Punching his way forward. Is he in? Touchdown, Patrick Smith. Smith finally gets that touchdown he's been looking for. He's been close this afternoon and is able to punch it in for the score. Now 42-7. So the extra point will be attempted by Michael Tile. As you see there, Smith taking off his helmet. That nice neon bandana. Certainly has had a very impressive performance this afternoon as a freshman. So Tile, the point after, nearly blocked. It's actually going to be no good. I think one of the Bishop Sullivan players got a hand on that one. It'll remain 42-7 with 1:38 left here to go in the game.
1 minute, 38 seconds remaining in the game. Crusaders, 7.
So I talked about Peddie will improve to 1-0. They have Wyoming Seminary College Prep. That's a home game next week. For Bishop Sullivan, they will fall to 1-2 and make the 6.5-hour drive back down to Virginia Beach, Virginia. And get ready in anticipation to play Our Lady of Good Counsel, which is a team out of Maryland, next week. And Coach Maleo in the Peddie t-shirt, I would imagine, is pretty pleased with the season opener here this afternoon. There's Patrick Smith talking it over with Marlon Johnson there, number 11. Tile boots it away. It's actually a short kick. It was touched by Bishop right at the 49-yard line. I'm not sure if that was an intent. I don't know if Tile intended that kick to be so low. It was taken at the 48 by Hunter Sherman there for Bishop. So Bishop Sullivan will have good field position. They have 3 timeouts. And certainly not that a touchdown would make any real difference as far as the overall win or loss column. But it would certainly be good to just try to go out on a high note. If they could punch it in for some type of score. They've been scoreless this entire second half. Vincent with pressure. Dumps it off quickly to Jaden Lilly. Lilly has got some room, still running across the 30 and is finally brought down. Actually, they may mark him back at the 35. We'll check the spot of the ball. And they will. So Lilly stepped out of bounds near the 35-yard line, but still a decent run. Clock continues to run. We're under 30 seconds now. Bishop has not yet used their timeouts. I don't know if they will. Minson will throw again. This time caught by Brandon Jones, and Jones is popped. He loses his helmet. A big hit made by Davis Sherwood, number 30. And that might be the final play of the game, as it doesn't look like Bishop Sullivan will go to the line in any real hurry. And that'll wrap it up. So Peddie will win their first And that'll be the end of the officials had blown a whistle as if there was a timeout called, and that'll actually be the end of the game. So Peddie will win their first game this year, coming off of a conference title last year, taking the title in the Maple League. Whereas for Bishop Sullivan, they go back to the drawing board after a tough loss today. Final score 42-7. As that dog's happy, I would assume. I assume he's a Peddie football fan, I'm not sure. So very impressive performance. I'd probably say the player of the game, if you have to give it to him, would probably be Maurice Balan, who played incredibly well. Despite having several interceptions, play on the field was incredible on both sides for the Falcons, and they come out on top. So for our entire crew here at Play by Play Sports Network, for our director Simon Rosenwasser and everybody else involved, we appreciate you tuning in. I'm Tim Catalfamo saying good afternoon and so long from Schumann Field in Hightstown, New Jersey. Peddie wins 42-7.